Welcome back to Nile Cruise, coming you away from the Muhammad Ali Pasha Palace here in Manial in the heart of Cairo. And dear viewers, you know what? Religious tourism is one of the most important types of tourism here in Egypt. Egypt's plethora of historical religious sites includes Mount Sinai, along with thousands of churches and mosques, of course, and that has attracted followers of the world's three monotheistic faiths for millennia. Religious tourism is one of the most robust niches of the tourism market here in Egypt. This kind of special travel hardly suffers any losses from regional instabilities because once these tourists have decided to come, they don't change their minds, even if some minor incidents take place. The religious tourism is an underexplored niche in the view of many experts that, given the right circumstances, could yield a more significant portion of the country's all-important tourism revenue. And we are delighted to have with us here on Nile Cruise Rana Ihab, Egyptologist, to highlight this type of tourism, its importance, and the efforts exerted by the government and the Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities to support religious tourism. Rana, thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
So, Rana, talk to us about religious tourism in Egypt. I mean, we have Islamic sites, Christian sites, Jewish sites. Talk to us about religious tourism.
I want to say this is one of the things that make Egypt is really special, to have all of these religions, or when we are talking about especially the heavenly religion, when we have here in the same place, and maybe not only in one country, sometimes we have all the heavenly religions actually in one site.
Right.
So what this is thing make Egypt is really special. And if we take an example for that, we can talk about the religious complex here.
Yeah.
We have a monastery, we have a churches, we have a monastery, and we have a synagogue too.
Right.
So all of these places, all of the people from all of these religions actually being in one place, this is something unique in all the world. This is show something in Egyptian people, and that meaning of peace. They love each other, and a lot of meaning of that.
Right. Wonderfully said. I mean, just one neighborhood in just one area.
Exactly.
You have, as you mentioned, a mosque, a church, and a synagogue. So, if we take each of these religious monuments one by one, where do you want to start and walk us through? You're the tour guide.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Actually, this is hard to say. I will start from here, as we can divide that. Why we are here. So it depends on the season. It depends what the people actually like. It depends during which capacity or occupancy. What is the festival related to the place? It's fine to mention the Islamic and the Christian parts that's related to each other. So if we are talking about that, for example, we have here in Egypt and in Aswan a monastery that the people who going to the pilgrim from all the Middle East in general, they taking the place of the start from Egypt here. So from Morocco, from Tunisia, from Libya, they are coming to Cairo, and they start their tour to Mecca from here. Then they take a kind of 3 days in a monastery in Aswan, and we can see the graffiti of the Muslims people in the Christian monastery. They are grateful for the people who welcoming them. They offering the food, they offering the drinks for the Muslims people in the monastery. So here another meaning appeared in the world. Actually, we cannot find any kind of this feeling outside. Maybe we can find it in the world, but it's very rare and unique. So we can find this here in Egypt. So for the Christian monuments in general, when we enter, we will find in the Jewish monuments and also in the Christian monuments and Muslims decorations. So they living here and we living here for each other, to each other. So, for example, we have the synagogue of the Ibn Azra in the religious complex. All the decoration inside is taken from the Islamic. When we enter the mosque, we will find the mosaic in the windows, taking the idea from the Christian churches and monasteries. Here is the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, yeah. And since you mentioned Muslim pilgrims, I want to ask you about the Christian pilgrims. I mean, many of them visit Egypt as part of the wider tour of the Holy Lands, which takes them to Palestine, Jordan. So, how far have instabilities in the region, affected this type of tourism, and what is the suggestion to promote it, to have it at full pace?
Actually, we are now working on the with the UNESCO for the Holy Family Path.
Mm.
This is one of the most important things, not only in Egypt but in all the world, which is the Holy Family, the places of the Holy Family stops, everything related to this, and we are doing our effort now to make this as an intangible heritage in the UNESCO site. So. This is a very good thing, and I mean, Egypt now is a strong competitor for the other tourism countries and the Middle East in general, because now we see a lot of countries is starting and doing different kinds to encourage the tourism for them. What makes us special? Actually, we have a lot of things that didn't have in the other countries, like the monuments, the heritage, the scenes, even the life and the separate of the Egyptian people in that time.
Right, Rana. So, if we talk about Islamic attractions, not only Muslims but also non-Muslims want to visit our Islamic monuments here in Cairo and across the country. Could you talk to us about that? Non-Muslims being interested in such a type of tourism.
I wanted to say each culture is actually specialized by its art, architecture, and different kinds.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the Islamic architecture and the Islamic monument, why the non-Muslims especially want to visit these places? Because they see something they didn't see before. This is working with every culture or each civilization. So when we visit a mosque, for example, we will find the patterns, the decoration that the Muslim is kind of not allowed to use the human faces or something have a separate. So how the Muslim architecture or how the Muslim art, we want to do this in a special way. So here we found the imagination of the people minds in that time. And also we can talk that the builders of the mosques here and a lot of museums is actually not Muslim people. So like we have the Mosque of Ahmed ibn Tulun. It's built by a Christian
beautiful
man.
one, by the way, one of the most beautiful.
Exactly. And we have also in the Islamic Museum a door, and we have a stamp on this door. This door built by Jewish man. So here is the meaning of the art and the meaning of the architecture. Actually, it didn't look for are you Muslim or not. It's looking for the human,
beauty.
Exactly, the human being and how we create and imagine our minds about this piece.
Cairo, Rana, has been dubbed the city of 1,000 minarets. I'm sure now it's thousands and not just 1,000. Could you talk to us, other than Ibn Tulun, beautiful mosque, of course, about the most significant and beautiful mosques in Cairo?
This is very hard because, as you mentioned, we have the Cairo is the city of the 1,000 minarets. So, what is the most beautiful mosques we have here? It's kind of hard because we want to
it's
mention all of
relative.
them.
It's
Exactly.
relative, after all.
So
I mean, yeah.
we can talk about the most famous mosques and amazing mosques in the Egypt in general, as we mentioned. And I like to start with Al Azhar. Azhar because. Al Azhar is not only about the mosque; it's also about the
significance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we have Al Hussein. This is played a very important part in the heart of the people, especially the Egyptian people. And we have also Muhammad Ali Mosque. One of the most amazing mosques in general, Sultan Hassan, Sultan al-Rifa'i,
Yeah.
and we have also Qanibay al-Ramah that we have on the back of the 200 pounds. If we look, we will
Yeah,
find the Qanibay al-Ramah,
yeah.
and we're talking about the most amazing dome and the Cairo's domes in general. Have Ahmed
The
al-Muqdad.
Amr ibn al-As mosque in Fustat was the first one?
Yes, we have the first
Yeah,
mosque in Egypt and the whole Africa. It's the Amr
yeah,
ibn al-As in the
yeah.
religious complex.
Yes.
And also we have a lot of amazing places, Al Hakim. And if we walking through Al Mu'azz Street, and we see we have more than 10 mosques in the Mu'azz Street, that each one have amazing significance, amazing value, and also about the art. Each one is different from the other. Each one have a story. We want the wall itself talk us about the story. So here is the
Going
amazing
to
of
Jewish
this.
tourism, religious tourism, Rana, do you believe that Old Testament sites should dot the Egyptian landscape when it comes to the Holy Family Trail or to Holy Land tours? I mean, Holy Land tours. And from your perspective, can this, help boost Jewish religious tourism in Egypt?
I think yes, because Egypt now is a leading a tourism in the Middle East. So and we did a lot of effort to promote our sites and to open a lot of amazing different places that related to different religious. If we are talking about, because our
The
talking is about the
monotheistic
religious
religions, yeah.
tourism in general. Yes, exactly. So yes, why not? Actually, we have the most of important saying, and it's opened now, and we can start in this kind of tourism if we didn't do, because most of the places is need a kind of reservation and restoration, and we are working on that. So this is amazing and very good thing, and soon we can lead in every kind of tourism, because Egypt is full of different kinds of tourism, different natures in every place. So I think yes, sooner or later.
So
but I
Rana,
think it will be
how
soon.
can we best boost this type of tourism in the upcoming period? Because this is underexplored, according to many experts and observers. I mean, many believe that we can do much more in that specific sector, religious tourism. What are your ideas about boosting that area?
I want to say, and actually we are the plans on action now, by promoting the sites not only in the religious
Yeah.
tourism, to be honest, but in general. We are doing our effort to make every ticket as electronic, digitalization of the most of the places. If you cannot visit the site to show at the site in the real life, you can visit it in the virtual tours. And also playing on the sustainability and the basic of the places, to preserve and to restore and to open for the people, actually playing on the marketing, and actually all of that is on action now, and we are doing that to promote the site, to promote the religious tourism, especially in the periods that actually we need to do this in Egypt,
Yeah.
because this is a seasonal thing. So when we are working on the marketing place, on the seasonal things, actually this is what promote us and make the people know about Egypt more, because some of people thought that we will visit Egypt only in the winter. We have a place to visit in the winter, we have in the summer, we have in the all season actually, and we are playing on that now. For example, and the famous one for now is the heritage trail of the Holy Family, that we are working on it, that we are doing the festival of that.
Finally, Rana, you mentioned marketing. So I guess ways of marketing have differed over the years. I mean, now we people use social media more, and the technology-oriented marketing is important. And I think that you have a role in this. You have your personal website. So talk to us
Yes,
about
exactly.
marketing
Exactly.
when it comes to religious tourism. What are you personally doing in this area, and what do you plan to do in the future?
Actually, I want to say that what I doing those videos and those posts to show the people the different activities that they can do actually in different places. So when we are doing this place, not only taking sorry a tours or something, but we can do a kind of activity that related to the place without harmful. So this is the whole idea why we are starting to playing this in the social media. The influencers also should play a very important role on that, because if we are talking about influence something non-useful, we can do something useful for Egypt and for the place, and we will find all the people around us.
All right,
actually
Egyptologist
supporting
Rana
us.
Ihab, thank you for being with us. It's been a great pleasure.
Thank you.
Dear
Thank
viewers,
you.
please stay with us. We'll be back here on Nile Cruise very shortly. Don't go away.